Once upon a time, this channel was completely devoted to doing tech poi videos. There was this really brief period in the late aughts and early teens when people would come to YouTube and share long videos that featured their different tech poi experiments, and it was a really cool time to be alive. Today, I wanted to do a little bit of a throwback and to give a shout out to some of those amazing videos that inspired me and made this channel possible. Drex here from DrexFactor.com, and today we are counting down my top 5 favorite tech poi videos of all time. Pretty please join my notification squad by hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you are the first person to know when I drop a new video. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to give a shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flowtoys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can visit them all at the link down in the description of this video. So first and foremost, let's be clear, this is a totally subjective list. These are the videos that have had the biggest impact on me and the work that I've done on this channel. Lots of other people are going to have different picks for these. And of course, there's the question of what exactly constitutes a tech poi video. Well, I have 3 criteria that I'm using for the purposes of this video. Number 1, the video is made exclusively to show off new poi tricks. There are a lot of great performance videos out there that feature some great cutting-edge tech, but I really wanted to focus on those videos wherein the performance aspect is not the focus. The focus is just on getting new tricks out there to the general public. Number 2, they have to be a compilation of work. Again, there are some great videos that focus on one-off tricks, but I really wanted to focus on those videos where an artist was trying to show off a body of work, rather than just showing that they can nail that one trick that one time. And yes, I do realize this means that it completely shuts Instagram out of this. That was deliberate. Number 3, the work must be influential and or groundbreaking. So a lot of people post videos of themselves doing tricks that they're working on, and in a lot of cases, those tricks have already been discovered by other people. I really wanted to focus on videos that were the first time something was getting caught on video, or close to it. And with all that said, here are my top 5 favorite tech videos of all time. Number 5, Vulcan Tech Blog number 2. So I think it's fairly accurate to say that the whole idea of doing tech poi videos really comes from the work that the Vulcan kids were doing way back in the late aughts. And you can see a number of those blogs that they've done that feature some really great work both by artists that lived inside the Vulcan as well as outside. The reason I'm focusing on the second Vulcan tech blog is that it's the first tech blog that they did that really focused on people from outside of the Vulcan's work. They took tons of video of artists who traveled from abroad or even other parts of the United States for Firedrums, and the result of that really created the impression that the poi world was much bigger than we all knew. It also really created the impression that there were these places and events that were like melting pots, bringing together a lot of people that all had really similar interests to be able to work and collaborate together. I know that's hardly an original concept. After all, the European Juggling Convention has been around for decades, but it was the first time that I really saw that and felt that working within the poi community. It was a huge step to realizing just how big this world was and how many people there were to interact in it. It was also my introduction to artists like Ronin and Yuta, who would eventually have a huge impact on me. Number 4. Predator Poi. Now, Tim Goddard did not invent the tech poi video, he didn't invent contact poi, and he surely didn't invent any of the tosses that he shows off in this video. But you know what he did start off doing? Creating tech videos that looked beautiful. This is the first time that I can remember that I saw a tech poi video that really succeeded on its own merits as a video, and not just a showcase of the artist's skill. It also didn't hurt that Tim was showing off some really cool contact poi moves in this. In particular, there's one where he has the poi sandwiched between his arms that I still have yet to figure out. This was also the video that finally convinced me that I needed to up my own game, that I needed to create videos that actually looked appealing in addition to showing off good tricks. To this day, Tim is definitely the gold standard in our community for creating beautiful work that really grabs the eye, as well as appeals to people even outside the flow world. Number 3. Red Pants. It is impossible to overstate the impact of this video. Mel was already known in the tech poi community for a video that he posted to the Home of Poi forums called Me and My Shadow. But with Red Pants, Mel made a quantum leap forward. It is not a stretch to say that in a lot of people's minds, I think that this video constitutes the gold standard for what we now consider to be the Russian school of thought with poi spinning. Impossibly clean flowers, stalls, and pendulums, all leading up to incredibly complex tricks that just make the performer look like a work of art. It also gave rise to an entire classification of tricks, horizontal stacks, that have now become an integral part of the poi vocabulary all over the world. I remember this video came out while I was traveling abroad in Kenya, and I literally spent the entire month going through it trick by trick, trying to figure out what Mel was doing. To this day, this video is groundbreaking. Go check it out if you've got a few minutes. Number 2. Squares of Darkness. Okay, so the actual title of this video is not Squares of Darkness. It's something that I can't pronounce in Japanese. But Squares of Darkness is kind of the tagline to it, so in my mind, that has always been the title of this video. This is a video that Ronan and Yuta collaborated on when they came to the United States for Firedrums. It's nearly 10 years old, and it's still some of the most beautiful and groundbreaking poi I think I've ever seen. In addition to showing bits and pieces of Ronan's contact poi work, it also showcases Yuta stalls and a number of other things that are very unique to both of these artists. Vertical stacking, pirouettes, and even some incredible tunneling. The tunneling alone is worth the price of admission because you get to see Ronan and Yuta do some incredible hybrids with 2 and even 3 poi stacked behind each other. Without a doubt, one of the most groundbreaking videos from 2 of the old masters. So before I give you my #1 pick, I'm going to show you some of the runners-up. There was Brainstorming from Surreal, which is awesome, but to be perfectly frank with you, I think that Mana Poi is the more influential video, if only you could still access it or anybody had a copy. There was also Antiphone, Keith Marshall's fantastic debut as a tech poi spinner, featuring a lot of his juggling influence style. I love Keith's stuff, but I just don't do a lot of this stuff. There was also Teddy Petrosky's Skunkhead Chronicles, which, again, has been unavailable for quite some time and was only recently rediscovered. If nothing else, I just love his meteor locks in this. Really cool idea that I wish would come back. And without further ado, my #1 pick for the best tech poi video I have ever seen. #1 with a bullet, Arizona Poi Spinning Transmission from Alien John and Zan. So what makes this video so influential? Aside from the fact that it's the first time that anybody really used computer graphics to reinforce what they were doing on video, it's also just an incredible compilation of tricks that people have been talking about for months online, but that there was really no video for before this. From Cat Eye's anti-bridsing caps to the video debut of one of the most famous tricks in the poi world, which is now named after the guy who displayed it in this video. You can do Zan's Diamond, can't you? This video also made Alien John a household name, somebody who I still considered to be one of the greatest minds in the tech poi world. At the time, these tricks were the absolute acme of what was difficult in the tech poi world. Go back to this video and you will see the roots of so many tricks that are now integral parts of the poi vocabulary. And of course, editing that blew everybody's mind in the tech poi world at the time. I made it a goal as I dove into the tech poi world that I was going to learn each and every single trick that Alien John and Zan were showing off in this video. It took years, but my goodness, it was so worth it. Cool, so those are my picks for the top 5 tech poi videos ever made. What are your favorites? Please let me know down in the comments. Before I turn you guys loose, I just want to put out a massive thank you to all of my awesome supporters on Patreon. You can support this channel and the work that I do by heading over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. If you dug this video and you'd like to see more like it, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Over here are some other videos that you may enjoy, including a playlist of videos that are just like the one that you just watched. Finally, if you want to support the work that I do, you can head over to my Patreon, either by clicking here or going to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. Thanks in advance, and peace.